The Los Angeles Lakers are widely expected to be one of the busiest teams when NBA free agency officially begins, and for good reason. Unlike many contenders that find themselves restricted by salary cap limitations, Los Angeles enters the offseason with one of the league's healthiest financial situations. That flexibility gives general manager Rob Pelinka a rare opportunity to reshape the roster around Luka Doncic while continuing to position the Lakers as legitimate championship contenders. For months, league executives have viewed the Lakers as one of the franchises most likely to make multiple impactful additions during the summer. Following another postseason that exposed several weaknesses throughout the roster, the organization understands that standing pat simply is not an option. Management has reportedly promised Doncic that this offseason would be dedicated to surrounding him with a younger, faster, and more athletic supporting cast capable of maximizing his extraordinary offensive talents. Although much of the public attention has focused on the Lakers' pursuit of a starting center, improving the wing rotation has quietly become another major organizational priority. Throughout last season, Los Angeles often struggled against teams featuring long, athletic forwards capable of defending multiple positions while creating offense in transition. The modern NBA increasingly rewards versatility, and championship contenders now rely heavily on wings who can defend, switch across positions, run the floor, and contribute offensively without requiring the basketball in their hands. The Lakers recognize that need. As free agency approaches, one intriguing name has rapidly emerged as a realistic target: Brooklyn Nets forward Ziaire Williams. Williams became available after Brooklyn surprisingly declined its team option worth approximately $6.25 million for the upcoming season. While the decision initially caught many observers off guard, league insiders quickly pointed toward Brooklyn's increasingly crowded roster and long-term rebuilding strategy as the primary reasons behind the move rather than dissatisfaction with Williams' overall development. The decision immediately transformed Williams into one of the more fascinating young wings available on the open market. According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, the Lakers are among the teams expected to closely monitor Williams once free agency officially opens. Citing league sources, Woik reported that Los Angeles views Williams as a player who fits many of the characteristics the organization has prioritized throughout the offseason. The Lakers want youth. They want athleticism. They want defensive versatility. Williams checks each of those boxes. Standing 6'9" with an explosive vertical leap approaching 40 inches, Williams possesses the physical profile NBA teams spend years searching for. His combination of length, mobility, coordination, and athletic ability allows him to guard multiple positions while thriving in transition on both ends of the floor. Inside the Lakers organization, several evaluators reportedly believe Williams still possesses considerable untapped potential. That belief stems largely from the fact that he remains only a few years removed from being selected with the 10th overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. Players chosen that high are rarely lacking talent. Instead, development often depends upon opportunity, coaching, health, confidence, and organizational fit. Williams' professional journey has certainly reflected those challenges. After starring at Sierra Canyon High School in Southern California alongside Bronny James, Williams entered Stanford as one of the nation's most highly regarded recruits. Despite playing only one collegiate season, his combination of size, athleticism, shooting potential, and defensive upside convinced the Memphis Grizzlies to invest a lottery selection in his future. Expectations were enormous. Like many young players, however, Williams experienced growing pains. His early years in Memphis featured flashes of impressive talent mixed with inconsistency, injuries, and difficulty earning a permanent role within an already competitive roster. Although he occasionally displayed the athleticism and versatility that made him a lottery pick, sustained production remained elusive. Eventually, a fresh start arrived. Following his move to the Brooklyn Nets, Williams began showing encouraging signs of progress. Freed from some of the pressure associated with his draft status and provided greater developmental opportunities, he gradually became a more confident offensive player while continuing to embrace his defensive responsibilities. Last season represented perhaps the strongest campaign of his professional career. Appearing in 56 games, including 13 starts, Williams averaged 10.2 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 1.4 steals in just under 23 minutes per game. He converted 42.5% of his field goal attempts while shooting 34.3% from beyond the three-point line. Those numbers may appear modest at first glance. Context, however, makes them considerably more encouraging. Williams often played inconsistent minutes while adjusting to different lineup combinations and responsibilities throughout Brooklyn's rebuilding season. Despite those challenges, he demonstrated meaningful improvement as both a scorer and defender. League scouts have consistently praised his willingness to defend opposing wings, his ability to generate steals through active hands, and his effectiveness running the floor in transition. The Lakers believe those attributes could become even more valuable playing alongside Luka Doncic. Few players in NBA history create transition opportunities and open perimeter shots as consistently as Doncic. His elite court vision frequently rewards athletic teammates capable of cutting decisively, finishing above the rim, and making quick decisions once receiving the basketball. Williams appears naturally suited for that style of offense. Rather than asking him to become a primary scorer, Los Angeles would likely simplify his responsibilities. Run the floor, defend elite wings, knock down open three-pointers, finish in transition, attack closeouts. Those responsibilities closely align with his current strengths while allowing continued offensive development without excessive pressure. Defensively, Williams could immediately strengthen one of the Lakers' biggest weaknesses. Throughout last season, Los Angeles frequently struggled containing explosive perimeter scorers, particularly against teams featuring multiple athletic wings. Williams possesses the size and lateral quickness necessary to defend positions 2 through 4, providing valuable lineup flexibility that has become increasingly important in today's switch-heavy NBA. Another factor working in the Lakers' favor involves familiarity. Williams grew up in Southern California and spent his high school years at Sierra Canyon, one of the nation's premier basketball programs. There, he developed close relationships with several players connected to the Lakers organization, including Bronny James. Those existing relationships could help ease his transition into the team's culture while making Los Angeles an appealing destination during free agency. Beyond personal connections, returning home often carries additional significance for players raised in Southern California. Family proximity, familiarity with the market, and comfort within the community frequently become meaningful considerations during contract negotiations. Financially, Williams also represents an attractive option. Because Brooklyn declined his relatively modest team option, the Lakers may have an opportunity to sign him to a team-friendly contract without sacrificing future flexibility. That affordability becomes especially important considering Los Angeles continues pursuing multiple roster upgrades simultaneously. Management must balance immediate competitiveness with long-term financial responsibility. Overcommitting resources to one position could limit flexibility elsewhere. Williams potentially solves that problem by offering upside without requiring a massive investment. Of course, he is hardly the only player linked to the Lakers. Numerous reports continue connecting Los Angeles to several prominent trade and free agent targets. Among the most frequently mentioned is Cameron Johnson. The veteran forward remains one of the league's better three-point shooters while providing solid defensive versatility. His experience and floor spacing ability make him an attractive option for virtually any contender seeking wing depth. Dean Wade has also emerged as a potential target. Although often overlooked, Wade consistently provides reliable defense, efficient perimeter shooting, and excellent positional versatility. His willingness to embrace a complementary role could make him an ideal fit within the Lakers' rotation. Meanwhile, Australian center Jock Landale continues generating interest as Los Angeles searches for additional frontcourt help. Landale offers valuable floor spacing, rebounding, and mobility, making him another intriguing possibility if the Lakers fail to acquire one of the bigger names available at center. The front office's flexibility allows multiple paths forward. Rather than feeling forced into one specific strategy, Rob Pelinka possesses enough cap space to explore trades, pursue unrestricted free agents, absorb contracts, or patiently wait for unexpected opportunities to emerge later in the offseason. That financial flexibility separates the Lakers from many of their competitors. Several playoff teams simply lack the cap space necessary to pursue meaningful improvements. Los Angeles does not face that limitation. As a result, the Lakers have naturally become connected to virtually every available player entering free agency. Some rumors will prove accurate. Others will disappear almost immediately. That reality represents a normal part of every NBA offseason, particularly for one of the league's most recognizable franchises. Ultimately, however, every decision traces back to Luka Doncic. The organization has fully embraced him as the centerpiece of its future, and every acquisition will be evaluated based upon one simple criterion. Does this player improve the roster around Luka? Williams may not generate the same excitement as an all-star acquisition or blockbuster trade. He may never become a franchise cornerstone. But championship teams are rarely built exclusively through superstar additions. They succeed by identifying undervalued talent capable of flourishing within clearly defined roles. That may be exactly what the Lakers see in Ziaire Williams. A young, athletic wing with lottery-level talent, defensive upside, room for offensive growth, and the physical tools to become an important contributor alongside one of basketball's greatest playmakers. Whether Los Angeles ultimately signs Williams remains uncertain. Competition around the league is expected to be significant, and several teams could present attractive opportunities depending on how free agency unfolds. Nevertheless, the Lakers appear committed to exploring every available avenue as they continue assembling a roster capable of competing for another NBA championship. The coming days promise to be among the busiest of the entire offseason. With Rob Pelinka armed with valuable cap space, multiple trade assets, and a clear mandate to improve the roster, fans should expect plenty of rumors, negotiations, and significant roster movement. If Williams ultimately becomes part of those plans, he could represent one of the offseason's most intriguing value signings. A player whose best basketball may still be ahead of him and whose arrival could quietly strengthen the Lakers' pursuit of another championship during the Luka Doncic era. Leave a comment below and let me know if you think the Lakers should pursue the signing of Ziaire Williams. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates, and I'll see you in the next one.